Hi guys, welcome back. Episode number 4 on the InfiniteGaming server. We are at the bottom of a really long tunnel. We're pretty well right down to bedrock. For those of you guys that were playing along last time, this probably looks a little bit familiar, and this is our plan for today's episode. You can see by our coordinates there, we're pretty well right under spawn. We're maybe 20 or 30 blocks north or something like that, which is pretty much nothing. So yeah. Snapshot 18A was released to the public today. We can't update the server just yet. I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, 18A is out, and that's the snapshot with the new slime block mechanics to interact with pistons. So we're all kind of really excited to check that out and have some fun with it. But for that, we need slime blocks. So I found ourselves 2 slime blocks that are just happen to be right underneath spawn, and I think Addict who just popped in there is going to come help me put in a slime farm here. Well, maybe not. Anyways, it's going to be basically the same as before. I only could really find 2 slime chunks together. There's one that's further out that's 4 chunks, but it doesn't really fall inside our slime. Sorry, inside our spawn chunk radius, so that I figured having 2 chunks inside the spawn radius would be just a little bit better. So guess I need a couple like that. Let's try 2. So yeah, the same plan as before. We're gonna have a hopper minecart running underneath one row here, and going to put in a bunch more rows up above for the slimes to walk off, and hopper minecart underneath, a couple iron golems on this row here to kill them. Everything's going to come down to a dropper elevator here, and the dropper elevator is going to run right up to a chest there. So yeah, the first thing we got to do is lay down a ton of rails, and let's see how that goes. Let's hope that I made enough. So I also wanted to... Let's go like that. I better do that. And there's these ones here I want to do that as well for. Okay, so 2, then that. That just helps out in the future. That gives us the option to turn it on and off if we need be. Okay. So anyways, this is the general idea. We're just going to have a hopper minecart running underneath it, and so I'm going to lay down all the track. I'm going to see if mine wants to come play along, and yeah, I'll be back here with you guys fairly shortly. Hi guys, welcome back. Addict analogy here, just playing around. I got them muted for a second. Had some problems using the same track pattern we did before. It gets itself stuck in these corners here. So all we did was just open it up one by beyond the block, so you can just barely see the rails in the bottom there. So we have the corners all opened up, and that seemed like it worked pretty good. And the other thing is we took a sharp corner out of all of the very corners itself, all our sharp corners on the inside, and it kind of makes almost the same pattern that Hockey Zamboni kind of does. It does 2 rings around the outside, and then all the insides are back and forth, and that seems to be working pretty good. So we're gonna case it in, move all our stuff over to the dropper elevator, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Hi guys, welcome back. We are in business, actually. Starting to get our first slime balls up here. I just AFK'd for about a day cycle there, 20 minutes, and that's all we got. I think like the old farm, the rates are going to vary significantly, and we don't have any other platforms, and this one's only 2 chunks big as well. So I think, for the time being, it's going to run fairly slow. All the golems seem to like hanging out on that side for some reason. It's really weird, but yeah, it's chugging away now. It's just doing its thing. Yeah, not much more to say. It's basically it is the same design as before. We have this is the stop side of the minecart if you ever need to stop the minecart for some reason. Then the automatic unloader,
Hey, wake up.
comparators pushing into this piece of bedrock, which has a redstone torch underneath it. The redstone torch is powering this block, powering this piece of redstone dust, which is somehow going over to that rail line. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it works. I didn't really ask any questions. And then the same thing over here. This is a little bit ugly just because the bedrock's in my way. So out of this bottom dropper, it comes through this block into this comparator, which powers this block, gives a 1 redstone signal here. Repeater, which is on a delay, comes and makes a clock, and goes into a redstone torch elevator to lift everything up to the surface. It's really that simple.
User joined your channel.
Hey, I'm just finishing up a recording. Whoever just joined there.
User left your channel.
I can't see who that is. I'm in full screen. Yeah, that's the premise of the build. I think for the rest of the night, I'm gonna be working on the Nether hub. If I make any starting revelations, I'll kind of show you guys there along, and if not, I'll probably find something else to do for the rest of the episode there tomorrow. But yeah, I'm really happy that we got this done. It really wasn't that difficult. There's a skelly spawner behind there too, which is kind of nice to have one right next to spawn. Yeah, I'm really happy that we got this done and over with. It should be in our spawn chunks, so the benefit of having it that close is it should be running all the time. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Oh, actually, I wanted to show you one thing in the hub too. I was playing around with this for 20 minutes, and this looks significantly better.
User left your channel.
Yeah, I just added a couple of pieces of white here. I'm probably gonna bump the red out just a little bit more to start thickening it up. But yeah, that looks miles different having just that little bit extra white there. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna work on for the rest of the night, guys. I'm gonna leave it there, and yeah, I'll see you guys shortly. Hi guys, welcome back. Been a couple days. I'm kind of sorry about that. Unfortunately, I kind of finished up my day after the slime farm there, and the next couple I wasn't really able to record. But yeah, I've been busy. I've been really busy, and I'm just gonna walk around and show you guys that. At least for the time being. We'll see how the episode continues from there. We're at the minigames, King of the Ladder. There's a bit of nether brick in the back there. Gills is just starting to plan out an arena, and yeah, I put in my contribution, and credit where credit's due. This is an idea from Generic B that I saw a while ago, and I think it's an awesome idea. It's a lot of fun, and we played through the other night and hammered out a lot of the details. It was a really good kind of beta test. The idea is you put in 2 layers of snow. You can see the 2 layers there, and we're standing above lava, and so when you put a pumpkin down, it creates a snowman, drops it into the lava beneath. So the idea is that it's a turn-based strategy game that's kind of combined with, it's not really a spleef in that sense, but it's just turn-based strategy. So you, the 4 players can start on the 4 colors: green, yellow, blue, and red. The arena is divided up into quarters, and I also put down an oval shape, just so you can kind of scale the terrain. And yeah, the idea is that you each go 1 by 1. You start on wherever you start your turn. The idea is that you're forced to move to a new block, and then you have to place a pumpkin down. Next player moves to another block, they place a pumpkin down. So then you come back and move, and you have to place a pumpkin down, and that just slowly removes the land from beneath you. And because you're forced to move, if you're left standing on 1 block here, if you have nowhere to go to, you have to jump into the lava. and that's how you win. It's just by the last man standing. Recorded a bit of it, and it just the plane didn't turn out too well, just because it's too much terrain. It just took too long for the games to complete, and so we learned a lot. We'll record a couple games in the future, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Even there's stuff to work out, but I have the lava Talago bowl, so you can safely run around there too. The things to work out are the sizing. Even though I took the corners out and just played on the inside of this oval, and we even played the second game halved, it's still too much terrain. There's 200 or 300 blocks even in this half, and that makes for 200 or 300 moves, and that's a long game. So the other thing I really want to work out is this this light here. If you ignore this middle one, that's not the block I wanted to place there. So if you ignore this middle one, I have 2 lights there, and the idea is that they're random. You push this button, either neither can happen, which is meant to be the green side. You can see there's 2 lights off there. You can go left or right. Oh, come on, double. Damn it, that's left. Or both, and that's meant to be this side. So the idea is that it's a random way to start the game. It's not really that intuitive, and all the center light is meant to be is just a light that shows that this button clicks. So center light always comes on. And it just wasn't intuitive enough, and I did it this way because the redstone's fairly easy. So you can see the levers just to hold those lights on. They don't interact with the redstone at all. The buttons beneath here comes over, powers this light all the time, and then it just comes to 2 separate droppers, which have an iron shovel and a block in there, and those are powered into the hopper, comes through a comparator, and when you get a 2, so if we can't block, grab one of those levers. Let me show you what I mean here. Okay, so that lever there is holding these hoppers full. When you get a single item in there, you get a 1 strong redstone signal. The lamp is underneath this block. It's not going to be on right now because it's only a 1 strong signal. If you put a bigger item in, it gives you a stronger redstone signal, turns on the lamp. And because the dropper randomly picks one of the 9 items out there, it's going to randomly pick between those 2, and it's going to give you the random signal that you're looking for. So that's the idea behind the randomness, and it's just a really easy way to make. Should put this all back together. So the idea is between the 2 of those, you have 4 distinct outputs. Whether neither lights are on one side or the other or both, it gives you the 4 outputs, and it works. It works, really well if you understand what's going on. But I somehow need to make 4 individual lights rather than that, because it's just a little bit confusing and it's not intuitive, and I like them things are easy and intuitive, and so I have to do some thinking about how to combine that redstone into instead of neither one side or the other or both into 4 individual lights, and that's not something I know how to do off the top of my head. So it's gonna be fun to explore and play around with and stuff like that. I like challenges like that. Yeah, as far as the minigame goes, what I think I'm gonna do right now is block off half of the blocks like that, with just a row underneath. And the idea there, so there'll be one there, like that, is now with your 2 high snow, you take away half the blocks and you still have a place to jump down. If you take away half the blocks, and if you come down on the stone, it's the same as if you went down into the lava, and I think that's kind of the way to go to remove a bunch of blocks and speed things up. The other thing is I set a movement rule to be decided before the game, so you can either, if you're standing on red, you can either move one block adjacent. You can play that way, and that's more strategy wise, more of a strategy game. And we played all the time that if you're standing here, you can move to any block that you want to. You can move as far as you want, and I think I prefer that just because it adds a little bit of a challenge. You have the parkour abilities of the player come into play, and I can't make 4 personally, but I think 4 is makeable, and so yeah, it's a lot funner to be able to move that distance, and I don't think that eliminating half the blocks like this are going to impact that. So yeah, things to play around with, things to change, and the other thing I wanted to show you is let's go work on the hub, because that's something I've been putting a lot of effort into as well. Let's see if I can make it back without doing any damage here. Yeah, the hub's been coming along pretty nicely. I'm pretty well what I'm calling finished with I lost my nether rack with a quarter of the hub there. There's probably a couple errors in it, in some of the symmetry and stuff like that, places that I just made a little boo-boo on, and there's just kind of one thing I'll show you that I'm not completely happy with, but I don't have a good answer for. But it's close enough to the point where we can do the other 3 sides, and it won't be too much of a difficulty if we decide to change anything else. I don't know if I showed you guys this. We did manage to capture a chicken zombie jockey. Chicken zombie jockey, is that how that goes? Chicken jockey? Yeah. I should say that we've gone through about 4 of them trying to get him there. I'm just notoriously bad at killing them. I don't know. They just seem to like suffocating in the walls anytime I deal with them. So we have one, and we're running in the snapshot 18B, and one of the bugs is that he goes down into the chicken. Actually, I guess that's a change from the last recording as well. We updated into the new piston snapshots now that they fixed the item frames. So, so far one of the only bugs is that these guys are riding at the wrong height. But yeah, we still have one. And yeah, we've had a bunch, and I just keep killing them, unfortunately. Not intentionally, but the more important thing is that I have the hub at least happy, at least to a point where I'm happy with it. I don't think it blended as well, like right at this level that I wanted, between where the doorways are and the actual hub itself. But on the other side of it, it's not bad, and to a certain extent, having a little bit of a differentiation between the doors and the roof isn't a bad thing. So we're gonna try it, at least see what happens. I think I need a little bit more light here and there. I really like right in about here it gets kind of dark, and that's, I don't know, we'll have to make a small adjustment there, because I really like the quartz texture when it's lit up and bright and stuff like that, and when it gets dark like that, it just kind of looks dreary and dreary. So yeah, anyways, this is it really does have the essence of what I wanted to capture. The spirals, I really like how the spirals turned out. And I think once we put the other colors in, you can see that I just started to put the other colors in, and all of them really blend well and give each side of the hub its own kind of uniqueness. And yeah, I think it worked out really well. One of the cool coincidences, I didn't plan this, was that the spiral here, this outside one, comes around, and I actually cut off the gray here. You can see over on this side I haven't changed it yet, but the gray circle goes around where I have the middle spirals, and I cut it, and it actually just blended perfectly to where it comes from this middle. It goes all the way around, and it actually spirals back into the center. And I think that's the coolest thing. And that's just, you know, there's a couple times in the last hub where that just worked out the same way. Where just, you know, neat coincidence like that just are just perfect. And I'm super stoked how that worked out. You know, little block adjustments need to be done here and there, but yeah, this is the state of the hub. I'm gonna continue working on the other three sides. I have some more lights to put in the ground here too, and yeah, I think for the time being, guys, I'm gonna pretty much call the episode of this. Again, it's a short one, but I'd rather get this out, especially because I haven't shown anything to you guys for a while. The slime farm's been chugging away for a while. I know Gills and some of the other guys took a bunch of blocks in there playing around with the sugar cane, and yeah, stuff's starting to happen too. We're starting to put in the shops, and I'm really happy about that. So yeah, things are working. Let's see how our slime collection is doing. That's the other thing I really want to do right away. Yeah, there's not much there. Someone wants to just grab some. You know, this building here that I've got laid out with the cobblestone is intended to be the kind of the donations room. You know, it's just where people can come and pass off stuff they don't really need, and if you know the new guys to the server need armor and stuff like that, this is a really good place to go. And that's just a little building I want to put in there, and that's you know, worked out well. The slime collection is right there. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good place to call the episode, guys. I know it's a short one. I kind of sorry for that, but yeah, things are progressing. Hope you guys are having fun watching these, and I know I'm having a lot of fun. Oh, quartz stairs end there. That's weird. Huh. I didn't notice that before. What's happened on the other sides? No, it's just those two specific stairs. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's call it at that, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys again shortly.